Alrighty, so we got UFC vet Eddie Wineland versus John Castaneda. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. So Eddie Wineland, he will be nearly 37 at the time of this fight. No, well, he'll be nearly 37. Yeah, he's getting up there in age, especially for the lower weight classes who rely so much on their speed. He's getting up there. He's had 4 fights in the last 4 years. He's been dealing with injuries and other stuff. But he's still dangerous, still has that right hand. 7 of his last 8 wins are by TKO, so yeah, he's still dangerous, but, generally I think his career's on the tail end here. But we'll break down the striking of these two. We'll go with Eddie first. He's a little flat-footed, he keeps his hands low, he's got his chin in the air, he definitely relies on his reflexes in the stand-up. Also, he can lean back with his chin in the air to avoid strikes. So yeah, that is a kind of a dangerous style to use, especially when you do get older. Your reflexes start to slow, your speed starts to go. Yeah, so it is a little dangerous kind of style that he is using, because he doesn't have the best strike and defense. But yeah, I think it will get worse and worse as he keeps fighting up there in age. But yeah, he's still dangerous, still has that right hand. He's pretty much constantly looking for that straight right. He has a lot of success with straight right versus southpaws, and that's the stance that John Castaneda is going to come in with. He's nothing special on the feet. He will throw a body kick here, he'll throw a straight left there, but in my opinion, I'm not wowed by him on the feet. He's just pretty basic, but, gets the job done. So in the grappling department, which is where I think John Castaneda would like to get this fight, after feeling few of those right hands from Eddie, he'll shoot a double. That's how he gets the fight to the fence. He'll finish the double leg on the fence, try and trap the opponent, take the back when the opponent turtles to get back to their feet. But generally, yeah, looking to take that back. That's usually where he does his best work. Right, so how these guys win? For John Castaneda, he's pretty solid everywhere. Pretty, solid all-round fighter. He's got a good chin. He's come from that Mexican heritage, so yeah, he's got a good chin. For Eddie, he's got a bit of pop on the right hand, has a bit of power behind it. He has really good takedown defense as well. Like, he stuffed Caraway's attempts, he stuffed Benavidez' attempts. I don't think John Castaneda is going to be able to take Eddie down in this fight, to be honest. How these guys lose, so we'll stay with Eddie. So maybe his chin's fading a little bit. I think the damage is kind of piling up in his career. Also, yeah, we talked about the speed thing. He's getting a little slower as his career advances, and he's being hit a little bit more. But yeah, I think his chin's fading a little bit. He was hurt by Popov. I think it was a jab by Popov that hurt him, buckled him. I think Perez hurt him early in the fight. O'Malley, pretty much finished him off. But yeah, I think the damage is piling up on Eddie. For Castaneda, he can get overwhelmed in the stand-up. He can get bombed on pretty easily with no real retort, or he doesn't really look for counters. He just kind of covers up and waits for the opponent to stop bombing on him, and then he looks for his own offense. So, a guy like Eddie Wineland, he's going to be throwing that right hand, he's going to be doubling up on it, tripling up on it, same as he did versus Popov, when Popov was just covering up and not throwing any offense back. And yeah, just with that thing that we'll talk about, how Castaneda, he just covers up and, looks for the storm to end pretty much. That's the way he kind of gets behind on volume and loses these decisions. Yeah, say that 5 times. But yeah, past the victory for these two. For John Castaneda, look to get that jab going. Eddie doesn't have the greatest jab defense, so look to pop that jab out. Look to land leg kicks. I'm not sure why people don't target Eddie's legs a bit more. He's very flat-footed. He keeps a wide base. He's not going to be able to check those kicks with that kind of stance that he employs. But yeah, so also mix in your wrestling. Even if it's unsuccessful, just gotta mix in something else, just so to make him think about something else. But also, yeah, most likely it's going to need to be a counter, like a reactive double or something like that. You're probably not going to get him with a takedown on the fence. Get him on the back foot, and then start looking for offense there with the body kick, the leg kick, orthodox versus southpaw, so it's going to be open. Right, so for Eddie Wineland, his path to victory, be very aggressive early, don't let him settle into fights, just get in front on the pace or the volume early, so he's already behind, and needs to catch up to you. So look to land the straight right, even double up, triple up on it if he's going to just be covering up, not throwing anything back, but also straight right to the body, just mix it up. Alright, so I didn't look too hard into this fight, because after I was thinking of betting Eddie Wineland before tape, because I thought this would be a good matchup for him, and I was unsure of why the line was going up. But yeah, after a few Wineland fights that I watched, I just wasn't, I don't know, I think I overrated him a little bit. And I underrated Castaneda's performance versus Nathaniel Wood. Like, that was a fairly competitive fight. Nathaniel obviously won pretty easily, but, fairly competitive fight. He kept it competitive. But yeah, so I just realized I wasn't going to bet either party in this one. So on the feet though, I think one lands the better shots, but it's pretty close. Probably Castaneda keeps it competitive, but just falls behind the volume again. I don't see this fight hitting the mat, unless, Castaneda times a counter or a reactive double or a reactive single leg like perfectly. I think Wineland just takes this by decision, probably like 29-28, some shit like that. So yeah, I'm not betting either side, but I think, yeah, Wineland wins by decision. Let's have a look at the betting line. Oh, there he is. Yep. So the line's pretty much a pick 'em at the moment. When this line started going up towards Eddie Wineland, when the line started to close, to become more of a pick 'em, I was wondering why that was. I thought Eddie Wineland would probably win this pretty easily. But yeah, after tape, wasn't as confident, but the line's probably about correct. I think it's 55% to Eddie Wineland in his favour. So yeah, line's about correct. I wouldn't bet either side. Maybe if Eddie got to a dog, then maybe I'd think about betting him, but yeah, I'm not that confident.